Okay then guys, so we're going to try it again and see what the quality's like this time. I've just fiddled with the settings a little tiny bit. So hopefully I've improved them a little bit. So what we're going to do is just basically run through the opening mission. I'm going to do that by changing this fella's name. Now I wish there was more characters on hand here, but anyway. Yeah, okay, actually I called him Donny yesterday. We'll stick with that name, why not? So we'll start off again. What I'm actually doing is just testing the quality of the stream. Seeing if I've got my chat available to me. Things of that nature. So yeah, we're basically going to run through the opening mission and do that now. I'm watching on my other computer to see what the quality is like. It doesn't look brilliant at the moment. But anyway, so we're using the keyboard for the majority of the controls, and as it is putting us into the tutorial, that's the first thing we're going to be doing. So basically, just doing the usual situation, zoom in, zoom out, and then we're going to jump in the vehicle with the F key, which is an important one because it doesn't tell you how to get out of the vehicle when there's a point when you've got to do that. So we are now, once we're in the vehicle, as described yesterday, we're going to be using the Xbox controller in order to look around and do our driving. We can use a nice orbit cam. So the graphics on this game are actually quite nice, I think, anyway. We'll get the engine started. Get the handbrake released and away we go. So just wait for this person to cross. What? Can't remember what the horn is. Why is this person giving me attitude? What is going on? Yeah, if you're in the room, please do hit me up in the chat. I'll see if I can monitor it and we'll get back to you. Why is this person stood in the road like this? Oh, they've gone now. They've just spawned out for some reason. Right, we are looking to get down here, so even the game's a little bit choppy here for some reason. It's like the frame rate just started bugging out for some reason. Whoa. What is going on? The controls are even giving me issues now. Okay, well, we're heading to our first part of the mission anyway, now that it seems to have chilled out a little bit. Straight across that junction without too much of an issue. So we're basically just following the navigation for this first part. And you'll see why when we get to this first stop, why I'm going to switch back to keyboard. Well, basically, because there's no button on the controller to let you out of the vehicle, and you've got to get out for the first part, so hopefully it'll recognise once we've got to our first location. I do have to say the controls are a tad difficult on Xbox controller at this sort of speed, but I did say yesterday I tried setting up my keyboard and it was having none of my steering wheel, it was having none of it. So basically what I did is just switch to the Xbox controller. So no matter what I was doing, it just was not allowing me to drive with the steering wheel. So it recognises the steering wheel in the options menu. It recognises me doing sort of the usual inputs on the options menu, but it doesn't allow me to use the steering wheel once we get going. It just doesn't do anything. So not too sure whether it's a bug with this or whether there's only certain steering wheels work. But anyway, basically we're gonna have to be jumping out in a sec to take a photo. I don't know if anybody's chatting to me because I can't see a single thing right now in terms of chat. I'm trying to monitor it from my other computer, but yesterday I noticed somebody had chatted and I hadn't noticed them. So what I'm going to do now is jump out by pressing the F key. So that's basically how you get out. And we are going to run across here. So we're going to press C to open the tool menu and then select the camera phone and move in a little bit. And then we're going to press F, and that's taken the photo. We're now going to put the phone back with a click of the right mouse button. And then we can get back in, basically. So the reason for that is because we are going to have to... I'll just take the handbrake off. We're going to have to do some work on this junction in order to allow us to pass through this area, because it's too tight, apparently. So you'll see that part in a moment. So we've got a male and a female character without any sort of customization options available in this game. We are currently controlling the male character, so that's our main sort of, you know, character. And the female comes into it, and she sort of will do the other bits and bobs that we can't do when we're driving, which I'll show you. So, for example, she'll be doing the removal of the barriers. Now we switch to her, so we still control her in that moment. But yeah, if you were to select the female character as your main character, then the bloke, or the guy, should I say, would be your secondary character, and he'd be doing the additional bits and bobs that we're going to have to do. So, right, we're going to hop out of this one. So what she's saying is telling us this, she's saying, perfect timing, our driver's cancelled, but you have to stand in for him, so jump in the truck. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Now look at the size of this thing. And this is what I love about this game. We've got this huge sort of... This part here, I think, is what is the part that we're transporting. It doesn't tell you what it is. I'd like some more detail on the trucks, to be honest with you. But this middle part looks like some sort of engine. And that's basically what we're transporting on this huge truck. So we're going to jump in, start the engine by pressing the accelerator. We can then switch, and again, we can use external camera if we want. It's a little bit difficult driving with external camera. Or we can use this like bumper camera, which is quite interesting, or a roof camera, or back inside. And this sort of this truck in front of us has given us the old convoy. It's given us the escort, so we're going to be following them and using the GPS. But as you can see, the mirrors and everything are quite nice on this, and we do have you know, quite a long vehicle here that we're driving. Like nothing I've ever driven in any other game. I mean, some people may have played Euro Truck, where you've got the heavy cargo / long vehicle options. But this game is all about that, basically. So when we are driving now, when we are making our way along, we're going to be coming up against some difficulties in terms of tough bits of road and stuff like that. And obviously the weight as well is a factor. We've got our gas fully on now, and it's obviously very slow going uphill, downhill, very nicely sped up. So she's saying now, wait, these guardrails will block the way. Didn't quite get to read the rest of that, but we are going to be making a stop here in order to switch characters, and it does it all automatically, so it's quite straightforward really. But we are now controlling her, so we're going to press F to pick up the impact wrench, and our area of dismantle is everything from I think it's everything beyond that arrow, so not including those. But as you'll see, it's basically a case of pressing F, again F, and then F again to connect, if it'll do it. Yep, and then once we've got everything sort of dismantled, in terms of the bolts out, we will then be taking hold of these various pieces of track. So there we go with those bits. I think there's maybe one left, and then we'll start picking these pieces up and seeing if that's going to be enough for us. I'm not seeing very good stream quality on my other computer here, so sorry about that. For anybody watching, I need to sort of check that out and find out what's going on. So basically what we're doing now is just picking up these guardrails and just moving them. I think the cones will therefore be moved inward just to allow us space to get around this corner, but I mean, we're going to be cutting pretty close, I think, to this telegraph pole or whatever it is. Doesn't help the fact that I like to have my look inverted on a controller, but obviously on mouse I don't. So we end up with a bit of a confusing thing where when I switch to using this mouse now, it makes it a little bit confusing for me. But anyway, right, it looks like we're gonna have to take this one off. And that should then be it. So there we go, that bit's off. Like that. And then we can go and put this down. So there we go. Now we can put back the impact wrench over here. You see the police have shut off the road for us. So there we go. We can now get back to our truck. And yeah, basically get a move on. So there she's saying she's done. Be careful with the bend. So what we're going to do is just swing out nice and wide. Now for anybody that saw me play the demo, you'd know that I get some pretty fancy ideas about taking these corners at times, and they don't always work out brilliantly. So what we're going to do is just slow it down. Keep it wide. And just go around, and there's our other character. Right now, hopefully, if we continue to press wide a little bit here, we'll just switch to a external view here. And you'll see, actually, I think we've run over one of the cones there. But, you know, one cone isn't any harm, is it? Yeah, we're round at least, so yeah. See, the back end sort of independently steers. So there we have it. So basically we've got a straight drive now to our destination, so a nice easy opening mission really. In fact, if I hit M, no, it didn't do anything. I thought it would have. But yeah, I drive you straight through and plane really from here, and then we're going to offload this engine thing when we arrive there via crane. So we'll be parking up and then offloading. So a couple of elements to this mission really. So you start off with the drive, the photograph, and then another drive to the truck, and then we've got a dismantling section which we've just done. Now we're driving to this drop-off point where we're going to park up, and then we're going to offload the engine. So yeah, a few different components to it really. But yeah, I might have to do some research on the video quality actually being fed through. I don't think it's my internet. Right, we'll just ease off a bit here now. So we're literally parking in here. So I've rushed in a little bit there, but because I've done this mission a couple of times now, know what I'm doing. So I've pressed F. We're now nicely here. We've arrived. As you can see, all nicely lined up. So what I want to do is jump in here. And to do that, just press F here right next to it. And that gives us access to the crane. So basically, yeah, we want to extend the supports firstly. So we do that with X. That allows us sort of the support that we need in order to do our craning. We're then going to press W to sort of raise this thing up. And we'll rotate it a little bit. We'll also do E to retract the crane. And we can do F2, which gives us different views. I think this one's particularly useful. We're going to have to, even though we've retracted the crane, we're going to have to be careful that we don't go too high, because we want to still connect this on here. And we're going to do that by just bringing it down now. So it should be in about the right place there. Just bring it back a little bit. And then, I think it's H. No, V. And then we're hooked. And then we can go up. And as you can see, if we switch back here, we're now hooking this thing up. And we want to bring it across this way. So all very fluid. Movement here. Let's bring it in a bit. There's no way of controlling the direction of the hook, unfortunately. It's not like you can rotate it. So we're just going to do our best to get it aligned. What we'll do is just maybe just F2 it in there. So really, this could be much better done in terms of if there was just a simple option to turn it around a little bit. Because you've got up and down, you've got left and right, and then you've got extend or retract. Yeah, you don't have any option to turn it, which is quite odd really. Unless it's just me. If I do H... Oh, there we go. Rotate cargo. My bad. Right, hang on a sec. Let's switch off hook mode then. Go up again. H for hook mode. And then rotate cargo. That's the first time I've seen that. So H to rotate cargo. So there we go. So that'll give us a much better alignment now. More realistic alignment. So what we'll do is just press H again and then we'll start to go down. Okay, so just take it all the way down. Go across a bit. So that's a down. We'll press V. And there it is, it's in. So now we can press F to exit crane. We don't need to worry about doing anything else with that in terms of, you know, we don't need to lift the supports or anything. We're just going to go in here and basically finish the mission. And that's it. So congratulations, you have successfully completed the tutorial. You can now drive your first missions. Press M to open the map and see the available missions. So just like yesterday, we'll take another look at that. And, you know, you've got a few different ones available here, which we'll probably just work our way through. But yeah, I just wanted to do this again, just another test stream, just to see how it's going. I'll leave this one up. I deleted the other one because I thought the image quality was dreadful. This one doesn't look that much better, to be honest with you, but what I'll do is leave it up and I'll do a bit of analysis. And yeah, I've talked all the way through it, so it's hopefully useful to somebody anyway, hopefully a bit of entertainment. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me, for those that popped in. I can't see anything live chat wise. I don't know whether anybody chatted or not. I'll take a look at the replay. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Please do stick with the channel, with the subscriptions and etc. And yeah, hit the like button. It helped me out a great deal. Thank you so much. Catch you guys again soon.